Okay, panel, let's talk about fashion etiquette. What do you say? Huh? Fashion etiquette in the Oval Office, to be specific. And yes, there's a debate underway after top congressional leaders wore sneakers during a debt ceiling meeting with President Biden. Kevin McCarthy and Hakeem Jeffries were criticized by some for their casual choice. But as the Hill's Judy Kurtz reports, the bipartisan sneaker caucus, and yes, there is a bipartisan sneaker caucus, they gave their approval. So do sneakers belong in the Oval Office? Are they sneakers? I mean, they're all over the place. Those white-soled, white trim things, they're very comfortable. Chris, I personally am appalled that anybody would show up in the Oval Office or even on a very important television news set with those kinds of shoes. I know that you're big on sartorial decorum, and you might disapprove.
Like, you have a real job, and you have to clamor all over Capitol Hill and do everything that you have to do as bureau chief.
Yes.
So I certainly make an exception for that. Yeah. But I want to tell the young women of America something.
Oh, good.
I want to tell
I'm on
them
the edge
now.
of my seat for this.
You know, in nature, nature has a way of warning you. Like, so if there's certain color combinations on a snake or something that you know that it's poisonous. If you see a man who is wearing tennis shoes to work, if he is not doing, if he does not have active...
And he doesn't play in the NBA.
That's right. And he is wearing tennis shoes to work. He is trying to tell you something, that he is not ready to be in an adult relationship.
Oh.
It is the same thing. And if he eats sugary breakfast cereal for breakfast, he is also trying to tell you, I'm not ready yet, and find a guy who can buy a pair of real shoes and wear them to work, because he'll be ready to start to be an adult and don't worry about the...
I respectfully disagree with this point of view. I think,
What are you rocking today? What do you got?
I'm rocking some shoes.
This is a great shoe. This is a great shoe.
Wait, we want to show the full screen of the leaders in the White House wearing their abominations.
That's a fantastic shoe.
This is poorly shod. So there we go.
I'm not a monk strap guy, but that's a great shoe.
Everybody's wearing these things, for God's sake.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Look, one thing I do love about the caucus, it's nice bipartisanship here. One thing they can agree on, and the caucus put out...
Institutionalist speaks.
Absolutely. They put out a very important statement today, which was that sneakers and statesmanship are compatible. So this is
many of the worst ideas in Washington are bipartisan.
I couldn't help but notice that one of them was from Oregon, the home of Nike.
Has anybody checked on Senator John Fetterman lately? Come on now.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's another extreme. Personally, I'm going to close this by saying the necktie is a vestige of another era and should go the way of the powdered wig. It serves no practical purpose. It is an instrument of torture.
Hey, if I've got to get dressed up, y'all got to do something.
Something.
Thanks for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find News Nation on your television provider. And don't forget to subscribe. Click the red button to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.